Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I talked about fragrance, so I decided to go to Ulta to see what's new. I finally got to try out Dolce & Gabbana Queen. I honestly wasn't expecting much since I didn't like Dolce & Gabbana King, but surprisingly it was pretty nice. It was mainly a citrus scent with a hint of berry. I will say that the middle note is actually cherry, but it didn't come off as cherry at all. Normally I skip over this line, but I tried Jimmy Choo's I Want You Forever perfume. I didn't realize that this was another perfume that had a cherry as a middle note. It was actually decent. This was another fragrance that had cherry as a note, but it gave off more of a pear scent. Gucci Guilty Intense? No. I know a lot of people love YSL Libre, but to me it was just okay. It's definitely a mature fragrance. The honey and saffron notes really stood out to me, so it reminded me a little of Scandal by Jean Paul Gaultier. I think the bottle is beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, Miss Dior Absolutely Blooming and Blooming Bouquet are amazing florals. I couldn't pick between the two. They both smell like fresh bouquet of flowers and fruit. According to the notes, Absolutely Blooming leans more towards berries and Blooming Bouquet leans more towards citrus. But these are both great. Let me know your thoughts, which of these you like better. I wasn't a fan of Miss Dior Rose and Roses. I normally like rose fragrances, but this smelled a bit too mature for me. So I wanted to compare My Way and My Way Intense, and I suggest skipping the Intense. Irresistible is a rose fragrance that was done right. This was another one I couldn't choose which smelled better. Let me know if you prefer the EDT or the parfum. For some reason, I love this Coach perfume, and I don't hear many people talking about it. I'm not sure if it's the suede or the cashmere, but it reminds me of baby powder. Okay, every time I go into the perfume department of a store and my husband finds this, he immediately sprays it on a tester and hands it to me. I think he's trying to give me a hint. This is Ralph Lauren Romance and Beyond Romance. I preferred Romance. I think he just prefers I get either one, period. Juicy Couture Wee Splash shocked me. I seen that it had a pineapple note and thought it would have just been a hint, but I kind of kept standing there smelling it and saying, wow, don't skip this one, give it a try. Unfortunately, I wasn't impressed with Fame. It didn't smell bad at all, but just very generic and forgettable. Now for the cologne. Carolina Herrera Cobalt was the first I tested, and I thought this smelled great. It had a bit of saltiness to it that I didn't mind at first, but the more it set in, the stronger the saltiness got. Did anyone else experience this? Dior Sport smelled amazing. I was kind of disappointed with both Mont Blanc colognes. When I first sprayed this, it smelled good, but then it changed to a completely different scent that I wasn't a fan of. I'm not familiar with this next one. I thought the bottle was very unique, so I thought I'd give it a try, and it smelled like a luxurious aftershave in a good way. I went back to the bottle to smell it a couple more times, so I think that's a good sign. Definitely do not skip over this one. This was actually one of my favorite ones that I smelled at Ulta. This was the most interesting cologne out of all of them. My husband first sprayed this and I was at the end of the aisle and I immediately smelled it. This has major projection. What's weird is that I can't decide if I like it or not. Hours after we left, we were still talking about it. It smelled like burnt pine, but not in a bad way. And the tobacco is really strong. This is the kind of cologne that you spray one time and walk into the mist. If you like tobacco notes in your cologne, which a lot of lines are using nowadays, I highly recommend to try this. Last but not least, as far as the colognes, I think Coach Open Road is a good everyday scent for men. As for the new candle line at Ulta, they were very light scents, so I'm not sure how strong it'll be once you light it. But they all smell great. My least favorite would probably be Ibiza Spain. If you love peach, you'll love mandarin and peach nectar. It smells just like the Georgia peach candle that I got from Buc-ee's. If you haven't seen it, check out my Buc-ee's video, but this one smells a lot lighter. Let me know your thoughts if you tried any of these fragrances or candles, and thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time.